Hey guys, I'm back again with a new video, and last December I uploaded my very first own smartphone review, which was about the Umidigi A7 Pro. I've been using that phone for the last 5 months and it has been a great experience, but I was able to get my hands on the A9 Pro, so in today's video we're going to be unboxing it and reviewing it for you guys. Let's go! I went back on Lazada to order the A9 Pro, and there are two variants. The first one is 4GB of RAM with 64GB of storage, which is priced around 5,790 pesos, while the other variant is 6GB of RAM with 128GB of storage, priced around 6,790 pesos. I chose the 128GB variant because it had better specs. I wanted to see how the phone will perform against the A7 Pro. I noticed with Umidigi that they ship out a bunch of their phones here in Manila, so when you order on Lazada, the product will be sent out to you in just a few days. But if you're unlucky and their stocks runs out here, you'll have to wait at least 2 weeks or even more because their phone is coming all the way from China. I was really lucky because when I ordered, there was only one piece left here in Manila, so I got my phone after just 1 day. Just 1 day, so that was really quick delivery, which I'm really happy about. The unboxing experience of Umidigi products are always fantastic, but if you remember my last video, the box of the A7 Pro came in a black-red combo, while the box of the A9 Pro is completely different because it is in a nice white color. When I received my order, there was a few dents outside the box, and I guess that was from shipping, but I'm happy to say that there was no damage to the phone or anything inside the box. For the unboxing, the first thing that you'll see is the phone itself. There are two color variants. The first one is Onyx Black and Forest Green. The color that I chose is Forest Green because it is a similar color to my A7 Pro, which I really like. One of the things I like about Umidigi products is that they install a free screen protector and a free case. But there are differences between the free cases between the A7 Pro and A9 Pro. For example, the A7 Pro comes in a black leather case and the A9 Pro comes in a clear case. I really like the clear case because it can show off the color and design of the phone. The next thing that you'll see is the SIM ejector tool and instruction manual. And the last few things is the wall charger and Type-C USB cable. In this next part of the video, I'm going to be talking about the positive points about this phone. The first factor is that Umidigi runs on Android 10. I really don't like it when phone companies like Oppo, Huawei, Xiaomi run a skin on top of Android, but for Umidigi, it runs stock Android. So there's no bloatware that is installed on the device, just basic Google applications, and I know for sure that it's gonna be a smooth experience overall. The second factor is the specs of this phone. The A9 Pro has a 6GB of RAM instead of 4GB if you buy the 128GB variant. The A9 Pro also has an improved processor. One of the complaints of the A7 Pro was that it uses a Helio P23, which will sometimes be laggy from time to time. But on the A9 Pro, it has a Helio P60 octa-core processor, which will provide a fast and smooth experience, especially on gaming applications. The third factor is that the A9 Pro has a 6.3-inch FHD water drop display, dual SIM card slots with expandable storage, a Type-C USB charger, which is hardly found on budget smartphones, and lastly, a headphone jack. I love using wired earphones or headphones because I'm sometimes tired of using Bluetooth, so it's obviously nice to have this option of using a headphone jack, or it's nice to have an option of using wired headsets. The fourth factor is that the A9 Pro has a non-contact Inferred thermometer. I think this feature is hardly found on any smartphones, but we are still in a pandemic, so I think it's good to have this feature to check our temperature. I read some reviews about it and it said that accuracy is the problem, but I think the phone needs to be updated to the latest software so that it can improve the accuracy of the thermometer. The A9 Pro also has a smart key on the left side of the phone. You can set this feature to any action or application, like if you press once, it can screenshot. If you press twice, it can open the flashlight. And if you long press, it can open an application. But this is totally customizable. You can set it to any action or to open any application. So this is a really nice feature to have, but I do have some mixed feelings about it, which I will discuss later in this video. The fifth factor is the camera. The A9 Pro has a quad camera setup, which I really like because expensive smartphones usually have this type of feature. So, so for a 6,000 peso smartphone and it has this type of setup, I'm really happy because it makes the phone look more premium. The A9 Pro has a Sony 48 megapixel main camera, 16 megapixel wide ultra camera, 5 megapixel macro camera, 5 megapixel depth camera, and also the thermometer is located in the camera setup. I'm going to be talking about the negative points about this phone. In the first few days of using this phone, I had problems with the Wi-Fi connection. It kept disconnecting throughout the whole day, which I found very frustrating. But after some research, I had to change the settings on the A9 Pro. I had to go to network settings on my Wi-Fi, go to privacy, and change it from use randomized MAC to use drive MAC. I have no idea what this means, but after I changed the settings, I never got disconnected again. The second factor is the battery. The A9 Pro has 4,120 milliamps, but a couple of days ago I went on my first day trip outside Manila and I was quite confident that my phone can last the whole day without charging, but I was mistaken. I was only using my phone for Spotify, check social media, and my battery was draining quite quick. I had to charge my phone a couple of times within the day, so I was very disappointed in this part. The third factor is the volume down button. I really found an unusual behavior with this because whenever I press the volume down button, my volume just goes down like crazy, like really quick. If you click it once, it just goes down like crazy. So I thought that it was the case that was doing this, but when I removed it and clicked the volume down button, it was still doing that same behavior. So I think that this is a mechanical error within the phone, so there's nothing I can do about it. I just hope that it doesn't get any worse because that could be a problem for me in the future. The fourth and final negative factor is the smart key. As I said before, it's a really nice feature to have, but there is one thing that I find really annoying with it. Whenever I would get my phone from a table, I would press the power button, but then I would realize I'm actually pressing the smart key, which will lead to numerous screenshots on my phone. So whenever I get my phone again, I always have to double check what button I'm pressing. I usually think, oh, this is the power button, but really it's the smart key again. So it's kind of irritating, but I think I just need to get used to it. But though, yeah, so these are the negative points that I found on this phone. This is my second smartphone review and I'm really happy that I was able to test out the new A9 Pro, and I feel that this is going to be my daily driver for a very long time. There are both positive and negative factors about this phone, but I do recommend buying it because for 6,000 pesos or less, you're getting all these amazing features. So if you're looking for a new budget to a mid-range smartphone, this is the one to get. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my review, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye!